I never know how to start these things, so I'm just gonna start by saying like hi, like I'm saying it to my friends. Hi. Today I wanted to introduce a new series that I am calling Pocketbook Positivity. Now, I haven't uploaded anything in some time because I've been busy dealing with uni stuff. It's my first semester, it's kind of hectic. I'm managing, but I just don't have a lot of time and energy to make the kind of videos that I would like to. So in place of those kind of longer, more thought out videos, I thought about doing a series of just like small little videos, just like small little chats, very like chill, relaxed vibe. As you can see, I'm just kind of chilling in my bed in a sweater, this rainy weather. I'm a poet. I didn't intend for that to rhyme, but that's great. But that's kind of the mood I'm going for with this series. Pocketbook Positivity is inspired by a couple of things. It's largely inspired by the podcast Wonderful, which is hosted by Griffin and Rachel McElroy. They call it an enthusiast podcast, and that is very accurate of like what kind of genre that falls into. It's its own genre, I think. And they just talk about things that they love, things that they enjoy, and they get listener submissions of things that they enjoy, and they talk about it, and it's just a very positive, happy thing to listen to. I'm also inspired by another YouTuber called Merchant of Magic. He does a series called Postcard Positivity, and as you can see, I've kind of adopted that alliteration. But similar things, he kind of just talks about, you know, positive things, positive outlooks, and it's just a real pure watch, so I heavily recommend getting into those medias. And lastly, Pocketbook Positivity, inspired by the literal thing. It is a pocketbook that I write down positive things, things that make me happy, things that are great about the world and that make life worth living. And it's just something that, you know, I write down whenever I think of it, and then I can reflect on it when I'm, you know, feeling kind of down, and I need these pick-me-ups and these reminders. So I thought it would be fun to share that kind of content and, you know, put that out into the world in media format. So the first thing in the Pocketbook of Positivity that I would like to talk about is the Moomins. I first got really into the Moomins in about 2016. Then my interest kind of faded for a bit, and it's had something of a renaissance recently because there is a new series, there's a new cartoon series called Moomin Valley. Now, if you're not familiar with the Moomins, it is a series of books, comics, cartoons, movies. There's probably more things, but that's off the top of my head. Written by, I want to say it's Tove Jansson, who is a Finnish author and artist. Now, the Moomins are these little kind of white hippopotamus-looking creatures who are actually trolls, is how that they're described. And the series follows just their adventures and their lives in Moomin Valley and the antics that they get up to. It's very much about love and friendship and, like, I feel like finding your identity and navigating the world, partly. And there's also some political commentary, even, in some of the works, because the author slash artist was just the raddest person, honestly. Tove I'm gonna apologize again for just like butchering her name. I feel like it's Tov or Torbe, I've heard. But she was just a very cool woman, and even though that these are largely kind of like children's books, they did deal with like some real stuff. And I think that's part of the reason that they've become so popular in modern years, because this, like the first books were written in like the 40s, like 1945 or something, so like just after the war. And she continued to write them like through the 60s and 70s, I think, and then they started getting adapted into cartoons and movies and stuff. But like I was saying, I think the reason why people of this modern era enjoy it, aside from just the beautiful, like pure, just fun adventures that are just so fun to read and makes your heart feel good, there are concepts that we can relate to. Like, a lot of the characters in her works are kind of queer-coded. Moomin himself is kind of an alter ego of Tove, and she was in fact a queer woman herself. Another character in the series, Tiki, is based on her wife, which is just precious. And other characters such as Thingamy and Bob, who have a story in which they carry this like precious gemstone that they have to protect at all costs. That was a metaphor for Tove and a female partner of hers carrying, you know, their love and having to protect it in a time when being gay was illegal. And the most popular example of queer coding in Moomin would be that of Moomin, who, as I said, is based on Tove herself, and the character Snufkin, who is this like little anarchist furry type character, who is based on Tove's ex-fiancé. And, you know, that translates onto the page, onto the screen, because they love each other very much. There's like a wistfulness and a romanticism surrounding their interactions. And I think queer youth really connect to that. I think that's why there has been something of a renaissance about it recently. Now that the new cartoon is airing, people obviously get hyped for that, but they look at these interactions and they see themselves in it, in this, you know, pure and wholesome and happy context, which is, you know, something that we don't get often. And, you know, I think some people might get upset about some of the things that I'm saying and the interpretations that LGBT people have been making about the series and the characters, saying, oh, why do you have to make everything gay? Just leave it alone. This is like pure children's content. But no, that stuff was quite literally written into, you know, the base content. And I think Tove would be so, so happy with her impact and the comfort that she has provided in her works. So yeah, that's my little bit on Moomin. I love it very much. I probably rambled and didn't make much sense at all, but I would highly encourage you to check it out, look it up, find actual good synopsises of what it's about rather than my just excited rambling. Because they're great reads, great movies, the new series is very cute, and I think you'll enjoy it a lot, honestly. Okay, so that has been episode 1 of Pocketbook Positivity. I'm already leaving this video feeling very great and happy and excited, and if I can like put that energy into my videos and, you know, spread that, that would be just like the dream, honestly. Okay, so on that note, I'm gonna go make a grilled cheese and watch Moomin Valley.